Hello, folks. Thank you to those of you who are already here. I did not expect people to be in before I started, but that is super cool. I'm going to bring chat up in just a second, and then we're going to load up the uh, the thingamajig, the palette full of paints. We're going to load that. We're going to get all sorts situated, and we're going to launch right into orders. I have a whole bunch to work on, so this may end up being a little bit of a longer stream, and I am totally cool with that. So, I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. I know I haven't been streaming a lot. I've been not home for 2 weeks, so that's a big part of it. Alright. I also am probably going to complain a lot about being warm. That is because, hello, Juvie, but I am really toasty because, gotta love that thing where you can't have the air on during the stream. Yeah, that's great. Okay, let's see if we can maybe just get the littlest bit of a zoom in. Maybe. There we go, that's good enough. Alright, we're gonna load the palette, we're gonna get started. Alright. So, I have a whole bunch of stories, which is a lot more than I usually have, because usually I'm struggling, but it's been a hot minute and some weird stuff has occurred in my life, and everything's full of nonsense right now, so, it's gonna be a good stream. So, I was in Dearborn for a while before I left, and I was getting kind of stir crazy because I don't really have a ton of friends down here, and, got real bored. Akabel says, yay, call live stream, hey! Barry says, I'm gonna be watching while doing chores, so I'm gonna be quiet, but I'm here. Yay, I'm glad you're here. So, I've been here for a while, and I was getting a little bit crazy because of it, and just couldn't, sit still, and was real antsy, and it was making me feel a little, ugh. You know when you just feel, ugh. Yeah, I was getting like that, so I also had, something happen at the post office that was just really stupid, and I was like, okay, I just need to get out of town for a minute. So I went up to my hometown. Let's talk about that post office situation, because there were two situations that occurred before I even got out of Dearborn. Oh my god. So, I went to the post office and had not an excessive amount of things. I think I had 5, but there was a new postal worker that I'd not seen before, and I think she's new to the front, but I think she's worked at the post office before. And I don't know, she was struggling, and I got sent to a guy at first, and he was like, yeah, what do you need? And I was like, can I have 2 customs forms? And he didn't know why I needed customs forms. Barry, I think this might have been one of your packages that I sent out. This was if you get one that looks really rough, this story is the reason why. So he's losing his mind trying to figure out why I would need a customs form, and I was like, I need it. And so he gets this new girl, and they're struggling really bad to find these postal forms, even though I actually know they are. Yep, 100% you. And so I'm trying real hard to just be like, okay, it's fine. But it was starting to stress me out because it's been probably 10 minutes and we're still looking for forms because they don't know where it is, but I know where it is. But I don't want to be that douche who's trying to tell someone else how to do their job. You always feel a little weird when you've been to a place too much and, you sound just annoying. It's like when you're at, Chipotle and you're like, can I get guac? Yes, I know it's extra. You're getting ahead of it, and you just come off as annoying, and I don't want to be that person, especially not at the post office, but oh my god, it took forever. So, I was doing that, who's newer, and I'm like, cool, this is gonna be great. Judy says, to be frank, our customs forms to send stuff to you was just a sticker that I wrote T and Dice on. Yes, it's literally just that. It is not a difficult form. It is the same thing here. I do not have a hard time with them, but they just wouldn't give me my stuff. I needed to have it or else I couldn't send it. But they get kind of set up and they send me to this girl and she's like, okay, fill out the customs forms. And I'm like, oh, do you want to work on the domestic parcels while I do that? Because I'm really quick and I have 3 hours while I'm working on everything else, while they're working on the domestic parcels, I can fill out the customs forms, and then by the time they're done, I'm ready to go. And she was like, no, I'm gonna wait. And I was like, okay, cool. Sure, whatever you want to do. It's up to you, I guess. And she was like very adamant about doing the international first, which no one's ever done international first for me, which whatever floats your boat, I guess, but why? Why is that floating your boat? We're gonna do I believe the song we're about to do is The Magdalene by Foxing. Or Magdalene. However you want to say it. Sorry, I needed to burp a little bit, apparently. But I got sent over to her, and she's being kind of weird about it, but whatevs. And I finished my customs form. I'm like, do you want to start on this? I'll get the other one done. Because customs, like, I don't know, it takes a minute to get those filled out in their system. So I was like, do you want to do that? And she's like, no, do both first. And I was like, what? Okay. So I did it. And it is what it is. And I'm having a good time, whatever. I fill out my stuff, and she starts working on it. And she gets through my order. And then I try to use my card because I don't know. To give you guys like an overview of how my payment stuff works, I guess, is that I have to wait about a week if you use Stripe. If you use PayPal, I can get money next day, but that's just always been a thing, and it's no big deal. But I usually send out orders before I have the money in from the orders, which is no big problem. I know it's technically not how you're supposed to do it, but I just pay my credit card and then pay my credit card off, which is like, it's good. It builds credit. Also, this song's really pretty. I like it. But it's just the system I have. It's fine. And I pay with my credit card, and she's like, oh, the touch screen is broken on the little payment kiosk thingy. And I'm like, oh, and it needs my signature. And you can't continue the transaction without the signature. And I don't have enough money on my debit card to pay it because, again, the money for the orders has not come in yet. And so I'm like, hey, I can't do this. So instead of like canceling my transaction and sending me to a separate kiosk to redo the order, which I told her was totally fine to do several times, I was like, hey, we can just do this. And she was like, yeah, but that seems hard. And I was like, no, it's probably fine. And she told me, because I didn't want to explain my bank process to her, because why would I? She's like, well, don't you have a debit card? And I was like, weird of you to make that assumption. But also, no, I left it at home because I didn't want to explain to her. So I was just like, I don't have it. And she was like, oh, can you go home and get it? And I was like, no. For all this lady knows, I live a while away. Maybe I live an hour out. Who knows? Maybe this is not something I can do. And I was just like, no, I can't really. And at this point, I've said a few times, I'm like, hey, it's okay. I don't have like plans after this. It's fine if we can't do it and we have to redo the transaction. It's no big deal. It won't take too long. It's totally okay. And someone else who works at the post office, who I've worked with plenty of times, she's very nice to me. She helped me figure out my P.O. box situation, which was very kind of her. And I really like her. She comes out and she's like, what's the issue? And the girl's just like, I just don't know how to do it. And at this point, we've been going for 10 minutes, just kind of dinking around because she won't set me up at a different kiosk with a different worker, whatever. She's just dinking around and not doing anything. She's like taking the stylus of another kiosk and trying to tap it against this one because for some reason she thinks that makes this work, which is not happening. And I don't know what she thought would happen if she just sat there and kept dinking around. Like, it wasn't gonna fix it. It was an issue with the machine. Like, and I get that. Machines break, that's fine. Just switch me over and have the transaction happen again. No big deal. I don't mind. I don't make plans after the post office because I know dumb stuff happens, you know? And she just keeps dinking around. And the lady comes over and she's like, what's going on? And she tells her. And then she's like, oh my God, go take your lunch break. please. So I think that she probably had some issues earlier, or at least in the last, since she had started working there, because like everyone gets trained and is new and whatever. And I'm not really mad about the whole thing. It's just like there were so many easier solutions. You made this so much harder for you and then by extension for me than it had to be. Like there was no need for that. And it was real silly and I didn't like it. And then, oh my god, the lady who came and helped me after, she was like, we're just gonna cancel this, we're gonna redo it. So the reason that your packages may have had some big ol' rip marks and scuffs, that is because we had to take the labels off and redo them, and it was all good, but ugh, it was annoying, you know? And that was the song Magdalene by Foxing. It was very pretty, I liked it very much. And there we go. Yeah, so that was beautiful song, says Echabell. Thank you. But yeah, that was a whole ordeal, and I was like, cool, maybe I just need to get out of this town. But it should be noted that while I was in the middle of this transaction, apparently my favorite postal worker had been in the back getting ready for a shift, and the lady who I had worked with, who was struggling a bit, she had complained to her about this whole situation, and she comes out and she's just, why, oh, Sarah, what was this? Stop that. Stop that with your woos and your woos. Stop it. But she comes out and she looks at me and she goes, yeah, that makes sense. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Because, of course it's me. Of course it is. I'm the one person who's constantly there and constantly making machines break, and it should also be noted that her label maker kept breaking in the middle of this transaction too, so I was just messing up everything in post workers. It was not happening for us. And that's alright. It is. I don't like get mad with service workers who like have issues with machines, because obviously that's gonna happen. Happened to me when I was in retail, so you know, it is what it is. And like I get it, but come up with some solutions. You got this. I believe in you. And like when someone else has suggested several solutions, you're just like, no, let me mess around. For 10 minutes, it's like, chill. I just looked outside, there's a man on the roof, and he is walking around, and that scares me every time. Hello, roof man. All right. So next we're going to do Peach by the Front Bottoms. This is a real good song. The person who ordered this was very, very nice to me. They were they ordered one, but then I don't know if this is a store envy issue or like an accidental, like, oops, I clicked enter order twice or something. But the order came through twice, and I was like, hey, do you want me to, like, refund you one of these? And she was like, no, let's just also do another one. And she actually gave me, like, a list of some songs that she was thinking of, and was like, just pick one, go with your taste. And I was like, oh, sick. And Peach by the Front Bombs was on the list, so obviously I went with that, because I love that dang song. And I have done this one before, so I'm going to go to get my reference photo and write that down and do it down from that. And I'm going to smooth that tape because there's little spots. Also, I can't tell if this is showing up on camera. My light is having like really light flickers because the cord is a little it's just dinky sometimes. But, you know. All right. We're going to go to Peach. But yeah, so I broke not only the label maker, not only the card machine, but also, understandable, I'm not easy to deal with sometimes because I like to make machines break. Don't know what it is about me, always has been an issue. My machines, your machines, doesn't matter, gonna break them. Because that's my life. All right, we're gonna start on Peach. Good song. Also, I don't know if we have any new folks who are in this stream, but hello to fellas if you are not generally here. Hello, I hope you're enjoying it. Feel free to talk to me. I try to be very approachable. Speaking of approachable, I might be too approachable. So we're gonna go into this situation that my last 2 weeks has been real weird to me, okay? Just bear with me while I go through my stories because there's a lot. There's a lot that has happened in the last 2 weeks since I last streamed, and it's less boring than usual, I swear. And oh my god. So, and Sarah, I don't know if you're still in here. I don't think I told you. No, I did tell you because I sent you the screenshots from when I was talking to Maddie about it. Um, After this post office incident, I was like, okay, Dearborn's being weird. I just need to get out of town for a few days. It is what it is. I'll go out of town. It'll be real fun. I'll be happy. Everything will be okay. But my car doesn't have air conditioning. And for those of you who are in the States right now, is hot. Is so hot, right? Like it was probably 85. And given that I'm very sensitive to temperature. I can't do heat very well. It makes me really sick and dizzy and just it's bad stuff all around with that. So and it's related to a bigger issue that we haven't quite figured out what it is, but no need to worry. It's not fatal. No. But I don't know. It's rough sometimes. Oh yikes, says Aquabell. Yeah, it is a yikes town. So we're just doing what we're doing. I can't remember where I just left off because I read the comment and I just lost my trail of thought. But yeah, so it's really hot right now, right? And my car doesn't have air, and it's about a 2-hour ride the way that I was taking because sometimes I like to take the scenic route if I'm just not feeling the highway. And I was not willing to take the highway that day. It just wasn't what I felt like doing. And so I stopped at Big which is our coffee chain that's like northern US, Michigan specific. And it was it was so nice. The baristas there are so good to me and I love them so much. So I stop, I get gas at the gas place that I like because for gas in this area of town, things that are normal, I'm sure. And I don't know if everyone else has this, but like no matter if it's a little more expensive or not, I always go to the same gas place because I like it and it makes me feel safe because there's some shady gas places around here and I just don't want to get kidnapped because I'm very small, you know how it is. And so I went to get gas, I go to Big and I get my frozen drink. And when I park at Big I'm parked, I'm here and then there's another row facing us. So there's like our cars are kissing. I'm here and this guy is here and over one. And he gets into his car, he smiles at me, and I just smile back, like, okay, cool, what else? Smiley dude, all right, sure. Because, people smile. And so I go in and I get my drink, I'm talking to the barista, I'm taking my time because, I want to ready to chill. Like, I'm not in a big hurry to get anywhere, I don't have a time frame, I'm chilling. So I get my drink, I go back to the car, and I don't notice that guy is still there. Like, I wouldn't have noticed if nothing had happened after this. But something did happen, and it was kind of weird. And I need to hear your theories on this, guys, because I don't know what exactly happened. I'm sitting in my car, and I'm getting ready to go on a big ride. One sec, Juvie says, big mood for her, literally always using the same diesel pump, apart from when it's like 30 cents a gallon more. Yeah, exactly. It's a nice part of town. The old man who is usually working always keeps an eye on me if I'm there at night, it makes me feel safe. I don't know. There's a very nice old man who is generally working when I go at night, and he makes me feel safe, so I go to that gas station a lot. And I know he's keeping an eye on me from inside the store if I'm there. It's a good feeling. And so I always go to that one. But Bigby's also right there, so it's really convenient for me when I'm taking trips. And I get back in my car. I'm taking a hot minute, right? So I'm getting my music up and looking for a couple different playlists so I know what to play as I'm going. And I don't have to look at my phone when I'm driving and all that good stuff. And I'm just answering anything that's there for the shop, and I'm just getting ready to go, right? Right? Normal. This guy who is in the car here and I'm in the car here, he gets out of his car, and I realize, oh, hey, he's still there. And he comes to my car. That was Peach by the Front Bombs. That's a very pretty song. I love it very much. He comes to my car. And my first thought is, oh, so this is how I die. Because, of course it is. That's how I think. Anything that happens to me is probably an attempted murder, right? Right. So this guy comes up. He's probably like, maybe mid-20s-ish at the most. Like, maybe younger. I'm bad at guessing ages. And he's just there, and it's like, okay, cool. You're there. That's fine. We're gonna do Miss You by Louis Tomlinson. I'm gonna get my ref photo up. But he's there, and that's fine. I don't really care, but he comes toward me, and that's less fine, and I do care, and he's at my window, and he's just like, hello? And I'm like, hi, why are you doing this? Mary Alice says, hey there, hello, we're telling stories. So I'm in my car, and he's next to my car, and he's like, and he's visibly nervous, like, very twitchy, very, like, stumbling over his words, very nervous. He's got a kind of heavy accent, I think Indian, if not something, like, pretty voice. He's a pretty boy, that's for sure, but I'm very gay, and I feel like you should know that by looking at me, just, like, look at me, I'm gay. And I'm very sorry, are you? And he stops, never mind. And he goes back to his car, or at least he's about to. He turns around like he's going to. And then he comes back to my car. And he's like, are you around here? And I was like, yeah, but I'm going on a trip. Because I'll say where, because, like, he doesn't need to know. I don't know this boy. And he's like, oh, are you walking? And I'm like, no, I'm driving. Oh, Baker X is about, yeah. And he's like, oh, so you're a driver. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm not having a good time now, by the way. I'm nervous, I'm not happy. And then he, like, keeps stumbling over his words, and then he goes back and, like, about to go back to his car, like, he goes here, and he's like, no, and he's like, nah, and comes back to mine, does this a few times, and he's like, your name? And I'm like, hey, and I'm trying to be, like, nice and friendly, because, like, what if he's someone that thinks he knows me or something? But, like, once I give you my name, it's not exactly common, so you probably don't have another friend Abel who looks like me, so most likely it's not me. So he should have stopped after that point, but he didn't, because he just kept on coming back. And this happens probably about 4 minutes of my time has been going on here. And then he's like, I'm sorry, and turns around. He's like, have a good day. And I'm like, okay. And then I just bailed the fuck out and left. And I called my dad, and I was like, hey, this is bad. I don't like this, man. Why was this happening? All right, popping back into chat now that I've, like, gotten through the bulk of that story. Mariella says, how are you doing? Really good. I got up at, like, 7 in the morning. I feel really nice. Oh, that's Vanessa. Okay, I know who you are. It takes me a second with usernames. I saw the perfect mug for you today. Oh my god, yes! For those of you who are unaware of the situation, Vanessa's been promising me a new Germany mug for probably about a year. And this boy's getting a little dirty and old, and he's got a crack in him somewhere, but it's not, like, all the way through, so it's fine. Alright, Miss Louis Thompson. So, what happened? What was that about, this thing this boy did to me? What was this? Why? Germany mug, says Juvie. Yes, Germany mug. So, why did this boy do this? My theory, besides, like, he was trying to traffic me and then gave up, because that, again, is the way my brain works. Any man approaches me, I assume I'm getting murdered, trafficked, or, I don't know, what else is there? What else on the bad list of stuff? Any of that could happen. I assume it will. Because, again, I'm like 100 pounds and 5 feet tall, and I'm not made for fighting. So, if something bad were to happen, it would happen. And I don't know what that was. And my theory that my dad has kind of agreed with was that when he saw me get out of my car, or when he saw me while he was getting into his car, I should say, he fell so extremely madly in love that he had to wait while I got my coffee, and that was a solid couple minutes. And then he tried to ask me out, but I'm so dang attractive that he didn't know how. And this is a stupid theory because it's most likely not the case, but I also don't know what the case is because what was that? Like, really, what was that? I want to know. Friendly Indian boy with the heavy accent and the deep set eyes. If you were there and you remember it and you remember doing this and you weren't creepy, tell me what was going on. What did you want? I'm friendless. I'm very confused. You were very pretty. You had a nice accent. You were tall. That was cool. Why did you do this? Please tell me. I'm very curious, and I've been thinking about it for 2 weeks. Because, again, this is how my 2 weeks of weird stuff started. You know, because that's my life. Seems legit, says Juvie. Cool. Glad that the main theory still prevailing is he was so madly in love with me they tried to ask me out and then got too nervous. And, like, I mean, could happen, I guess, but could please a girl do this next time? Like, when are we gonna get just girls falling madly in love with me upon sight? When's that gonna happen? Bring it. Come on, girls, please. I love you so much. You're so beautiful, and I'm lonely. I'm so lonely. Please, someone, fall in love with me. Someone who I will also fall in love with. That's my standard. Just someone I will fall in love with, maybe. Akabel says I don't know, he probably had anxiety and didn't know how to ask you out. Obviously, shouldn't have been all creepy and waited for you and stared at you, though. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like, that was my thought, was maybe that was it, but also it could have been something totally different, and maybe I was accidentally in a dangerous situation, and I just don't know. I'm really confused about that. Like, it was a really weird situation. And that totally could have been the case. It's just that, like, no one's ever done that before. No one's ever looked at me. See, Judah says the other possibility is they were distracting you so they could get illegal substances and are on your car and could recover them later, siphon off your fuel. See, that's the thing though, is like it was a very busy parking lot with like a lot of moms, and I don't think he could have done any of that given that there were so many people. And also because I'm paranoid, I checked my mirror and like watched that like no one was behind me because I recognized his vehicle and kept him in mind, and like for the first 30-40 miles of my trip I was just like checking my mirror and he was nowhere to be found. So, you know, because like I did think of that because I always assume I'm gonna die. Like in any situation, the first thought is my death. But I don't know. It was really weird. That totally could have been it too. I have no idea. It's very strange. Speaking of strange things, we have more stories from this 2 weeks because there was something weird that happened the day after this. And it wasn't involving him. If it did, I would have way more stress about this situation. But, because to be fair, the place I was going was my hometown, which I'm sure I've talked about this before, is in the middle of the woods and just not like a destination. You know, it's not one of those places people go to. So, it was weird. And I don't know, I was real confused. I got home, everything was good, like I had a nice time. I was like, hi, Mom, and hung out with my family and all that good stuff. Oh, and on the way, my car started driving like trash, and I couldn't, like, it wouldn't go very well when I pressed the gas. And that happened before I moved to Dearborn, and we fixed it, and I assumed it was the same issue, but it turned out that it was not the same issue, because we dealt with like a week of trying to make things happen, and it just was not happening. And I just kept trying new stuff with my stepdad, who's a mechanic, and we were just trying more and more stuff, and it wasn't working. And I was stuck in my hometown for like a week because I couldn't drive it like that, and oh my god, it was ridiculous. But we figured it out. It's all good now. It just took like a week and a half. It was a long, long, stressful time for me. But that's Miss You by Louis Tomlinson, by the way. But that was a whole thing. And also, my first thought when my car started acting up after this was that this man had done something, but it was totally something my car did on its own. It made sense given my car, so it was like an issue that I was like, oh, yeah, probably. That sounds right. And so I was having a just weird time, but I went to the dollar store with my mom the next day, and it's like a fairly small store because we're a small town, and it's Dollar Tree. It's a good store. It's a good place to go when you have $1. And sorry, I never turned my notifications off. Sorry about that. I'm going to put this down in the drying rack, and I'll be right back up. All right, there we go. So I'm at Dollar Tree with my mom, right? And this is the day after this has happened, and I'm stressed because my car broke down, and all this dumb, weird stuff has been happening to me. It's not a good time. We're gonna tape this up. Gotta get that ready. But I was having a weird time, right? And so I think now that I'm out of Dearborn, maybe the weird stuff will stop. And it doesn't. We go to Dollar Tree, and I'm getting like cards and stickers and all that good stuff, and we're just wandering around, and then there's this girl, and she has to be probably between 14, 15-ish, right? And there's this girl, and I see her in one of the aisles, and she's on the other end, but I notice her because she is staring hardcore, like deep into your soul staring. And I make eye contact with her, and she doesn't stop. And I was like, that's strange. Well, glad we're going to a different aisle so that she won't do this again. And then I go to the next aisle, and I see her, and she stares me down. And then we're looking at something else, and they're in the checkout lane. And she and her little sister now are staring me down. Her parent is right there, her mom lady, and she's just, the mom's not paying attention to any of this. But these two children are watching intensely. We make eye contact. I smile at them. They don't stop, which is real weird. And I'm just like, okay, sure. Why is this happening to me? And I look at my mom, and she, like, 3 aisles ago, noticed this was happening too. And I'm like, this isn't me being stupid, right? They're doing this. And she was like, oh, yes, absolutely. And I was like, cool. Glad to know everyone else is watching them watch me. And they're watching me so close. I've never had anyone watch me like this. And I was really distressed by this. And we're going to do, by the way, I'm Just a Kid by Simple Plan. Gonna start that real quick. And they are watching me so hard, and they leave. And they go out to the parking lot, and we check out. And then we go out to the parking lot, and they watch me get into the car. I can see them in my rear view mirror staring. And it's just really strange. And I don't know, made me real nervous. And then, as we were driving away, we're going around them. They're here, we go like this to get out of the parking lot, out of our spot. These kids swivel their heads and bodies to watch us drive away. I don't know what these children wanted from me. I don't know what they needed, but I don't think I could have given it to them because I don't have things. I didn't even have a functioning car at that point. I don't know what this was about. If they were like people who know the shop, then they should have said, hello, I'm very approachable, but staring at me is very confusing. I don't know. Everything about that was really weird. I had a weird time, and I'm a stressed out child, my dudes. Oh my god. So that was my life, and it was real weird, and I was having just a strange time, you know? Just those times when there's just dumb, weird stuff keeps happening. Serial killer children? Maybe, yeah. Your hometown sounds like something out of a suspense horror film. Yeah, it's full of trees. Well, I mean, the first two situations, the post office and the car man, they happened still in Dearborn, so who knows? But yeah, if the children who watched me are watching this, hello, how you doing? Please tell me. I'd love to know why this occurred. This would very much make me feel better to know that like you knew me and you were just nervous about seeing me or something like that. Like I didn't recognize you, so I don't think I know you in person. It was a very weird situation because like my mom didn't recognize their mom. It wasn't like one of those scenarios where they're like my mom's friends' kids and they just know what I look like. It was just real weird. I don't understand why this is my life. Like I'm not mad. I'm confused. Also, I'm really glad that we're doing some Simple Plan. I was considering going to Warp Tour, but I think it's like a couple days before or a couple days after I go to Harry Styles, and I think I can't warrant it because of that. And also, if it's before Harry Styles, I do not want to be all burnt for that because I got long car rides involved and I'm picking people up, and I just don't want to feel like poo for that because that's like a big special thing for me. Akabel says, oh, I have a weird serial killer story that happened on Saturday night. Please tell this. I want to hear it. Hell yeah, tell me about it. Like, I'm not glad that that happened if you almost got serial killed, but, like, I would love to hear it. Alright, we need more light blue on this palette. Here we go. Yeah, so my life has been a little weird the last 2 weeks, but my car is working now. I'm back home. I slept in my own bed. It felt really good. And I feel better now. I don't know. It was a strange situation, you know? I have weird, dumb things occur in my life, and I just need to share those things with you guys. But if you were those children, should have said hi to me. I'm nice to people who see me in public, or at least the person, the one time that happened. Leaning over to do chat real quick. Apple says I was staying the night at my friend's, and she lives in town, so we walked to the 7-Eleven at 9:30 because we want some slushies. Oh, bad choice. 7-Eleven is always shady at night. That's something I learned. There's actually, I was telling Jess about there's 3 categories of 7-Elevens. There's don't go to them in the daytime, don't go to them in the nighttime 7-Elevens. There's, like, go to them anytime 7-Elevens. They're cool. And then there's, like, daytime only 7-Elevens. You go to them in the daytime, but you don't go near it at night. There's 3 levels. We get the Slurpees, start walking back about a mile one way. The house is on the edge of town. Gotcha. Please continue. I am excited about this. I'm gonna double check how much battery we've got, so just so I know what's up. Because I have one more of this, and then 4 6x6s. Which, I'm kind of surprised that we've done so much already. We've done 4, so that's a lot. Cool. Alright. Here we go. Getting that in there. Please, please, please go. I would like very much if you went into the drying rack without causing any issues. Thanks. There we go. You know when you gotta talk to your paintings like that? Yeah? You know that? Alright. Just got a bunch of paint on my hand. Alright, we're gonna clean up that sploosh so it's not an issue. Also, I'm trying to switch from using paper towels to using like old washcloths. This one has a big cat on it. Apple says, our town is pretty small, like 4,500 people, I think. It's pretty chill. The worst crime I've ever heard about in the past year was carjacking. Woof. So, like, we're barely at 7-Eleven, and we're walking by this empty parking lot behind the fire and police department toward her house, and the fireworks have just started. Uh-oh. I'm already nervous by this. Empty parking lots don't make me a happy kid, so that's good. This is a good story that's not stressing me out or anything. We're gonna do Hideaway by Jacob Collier. I don't know. Just however you pronounce that name. We're doing that. I just have to get the tape. And then there's this lone truck in the parking lot, and he's not facing the fireworks. Oh, I hate that. I hate it already. Oh boy, I hate it. That does remind me of a story that happened to my sister, and I will tell that once we are through with your story, because I want to get through this first, because please don't get serial killed. Are you dead? Please don't be writing me from the grave. It's gonna make me very sad. Alright, and we're gonna get this set up real quick. Just gotta get taped, and then we'll get back into chat, and I wanna know more on your story. I just gotta tape this down and all that good stuff. Here we go. And I misjudged the amount of tape I needed. Sweet. Let's try a little bit better. Alright, Akil says he's like facing away from the fireworks 90 degrees, which I guess could be practical, but, and as we are walking, he suddenly turns around the parking lot to face the fireworks. And me and paranoid Brad is already reaching for my keys to kill someone if needed. Oh, I hate this. I hate this. Ew. I hate it. Hate it a lot, really. Don't like it. I'm gonna get the music started real quick. We're gonna put this on. Oh, I don't like it. I just don't like it at all. Hide away. Jacob, call the air. And we passed the parking lot just as we clear the driveway, and he's like 100 feet out and on bad at measurements. He drives out of the parking lot. The fires weren't done yet. Ooh, that's shady. I hate it. Why did you give me a 7-minute song on such a small canvas? I will cry, but fine, I guess. My feelings don't matter. This is unrelated. If you're getting a 7-minute song, any song over like 5 minutes, please get a larger canvas. It's hard for me to get everything down on this. I'll do my best, but it's nice to have more room to work with a longer song. Akil says, but he turns the opposite way, so I kind of relax a little, and we have no issues after. That's good. That's really shady, though, and I don't like it, and I don't like to think of what he may have been planning. Don't love that. Actually hate it, really. Super long story, sorry, but I thought I'd share because I was seriously skeeved out. Yeah, no, absolutely be skeeved. That is, ugh, I don't like it. Ew, yuck, ugh. But reminds me of a story that happened to my sister like a couple of years ago, I want to say. She lives, I'm not going to tell you where she lives, but it's an area I'm really familiar with, and she was at an intersection at like 3 a.m. because she works bakery, and where she works is about an hour away from her, so she has to leave early because she's a bakery manager. And, you know, like, you gotta get up and make those donuts. Like, it's just a thing she has to do. So she was at this intersection at 3 a.m. and she's here and the other guy is going like, they were gonna go like this, but they're stopped at a red light and this guy gets out of his truck. This is like a semi. And he gets out, and that's a problem. And he runs across the intersection to my sister and starts pounding on her door, screaming, waving some sort of paper around. And this is 3 a.m. No one else is around. She just drives off. It's a red light, maybe still. She says she does not even remember if it was still red because she just looked both ways and went. Because it didn't matter at that point if it was a red light or not. She had a scary situation and she was not dealing with it. So, yeah, that was real cool. I should probably do, like, are storytime videos still a thing? Because I have some really good I almost got kidnapped stories. Because I'm small and kidnappable, if you haven't noticed. I'm not exactly, like, a big person who can fight well. And, like, I know some basic self-defense, but, like, I think, like, a dedicated swan could grab me if they really wanted. That's one of the most terrifying things I've ever heard. Oh, buddy boy, I have some good stories for you then. But, Do people still do like story time videos? Because I think that would be really good for some of them. Would be like the times I kept almost getting kidnapped. I think I might have told this one already, but I'll go with this one because it's the most mild and it's kind of like the most interesting, like, save, I guess. You guys know that I love Sleep On It. They're a great band. And I was in a parking lot. I was helping Brad LaPlante with an interview before the show started because that's what he does. He does interviews with bands and all that good stuff. He's a Brian Stars, but one we can trust. And so he's, I don't know, we were in the back lot and the whole band's in their van. We're interviewing their tour manager because Alex fucking Smith is a cool dude and we love him and he's a writer and he does so much good stuff. And I love that boy. He's a nice man. He's very helpful. He's definitely like helped me with some stuff and I really appreciate him. Check him out on Patreon at the Tour Journals because I want to promote my boy. But we were doing that and this guy comes up and I'm behind the camera. So there's like, I don't know if it like made it into the final cut, but you can see like everyone's eyes in the van kind of shift to something that's behind the camera because I'm behind it out in the parking lot and this huge dude comes up to me and he's like, hey, and he starts trying to ask me questions and talk to me and I'm not having it because I don't want to, I'm just not good at dealing with people who want things from me in parking lots at night. I'm not good with that. I'm not cool with that. I don't love it. It's not a situation I'm interested in. And he just starts getting real close to me and I was not happy. And then he realizes how many grown men are in that van and he stops and he walks away. And I didn't like that, but thanks to the boys in Sleep On It for helping me not get dead. Appreciate it. Because I assume that's what that man was thinking was murder because whenever I'm at night or alone or in any situation really, I just assume death is coming because that's how my brain works. I accidentally just paused the music. Whoops. All right. But yeah, that was a whole situation that I didn't love. Oh man. So many, like, I have too many of these stories really because there's too many things that are just like almost me getting dead because I'm that kind of person, I guess. Like, I live a very simple and boring life, but a lot of weird, dumb stuff happens to me. You know, that kind of person. Alright, and I need to check battery. That was what I was going to do. Alright, I'm going to pop up real quick. Okay, we got 40%. We're still good. Alright, cool. Woof. And I just sat down in a way that my chair tried to steal my skirt. That wasn't great. Didn't love it. All right, we're gonna keep working on this. Also, like, I know I complained a bit about this song being kind of long for this. I know I don't, like, advertise that, so it's no one's fault, really. It's just that I think it's something people don't think about, is that really long songs, like, giving me some extra room is very helpful. Versus the weirdest thing that happened to me was an Attack on Titan cosplayer punching me in the spine and running off. That's weird. That's definitely real weird. Maybe don't do that, fellas. Maybe don't punch people in the spine. Kinda fucked up. Alright, song is done. That's Hideaway. That was really pretty. I like it. I'm a fan. Alright, and this and grab this. Whoopsies. Let's not tear the paper. Thank you. Akaba says, I don't know what color I should do my eye makeup. What do you guys think? I say go with gold because that's what I always like. Depends on the rest of your aesthetic, says Juvie, and I just went for gold. Don't matter what aesthetic you have, just gold. That's Hideaway. There we go. Alright, there we go. And we have 4 6x6s. We should be able to manage doing all of them in the the stream, given that we still have about 40% left. I think we can do that. I gotta grab some energy sweat though, because I'm a thirsty gal. Gold is God. Yeah, yes. I'll add some greenish purple too. Ooh, nice. I have like this metallic gold that I want to say it's in the Graveyard Girl palette, and it's really nice. By the way, the Graveyard Girl palette is great, and I wish I could buy the highlighter separately, because I'm running out of that, but I still have so much eyeshadow that I really don't need to buy a whole new palette, especially since I don't spend money on makeup, and that was a gift. I just would spend money on that highlight, though, because it's real nice. Just gotta pick my desk, apparently. Alright, there's some Call of Thief. And I'm gonna stretch. Sorry for my back crack this morning. Oh. We got stretching. We're good. Alright. Hey, Juvie, we're gonna do some of your stuff. Hopefully all of it. I would like to get through it all. But, you know, is what is if we don't. Alright, there's not. And because these are smaller, I'm gonna see if I can zoom in just a little bit. Make it a little easier for you guys to see. There we go, and move that up. Yeah, that's good. Oh my god, I'm sorry, says Juvie. Juvie, listen, you didn't make me do country. And for that, I am grateful. For those of you who don't know, I'm not a big country person, like, at all. Like, there's a few artists I'm into, but other than, like, a select list of things, not my thing. Which, still very grateful when people order it, because I need the money. And also it's cool to like work with stuff that's a little outside what I usually listen to, and like if it's special enough to you that you want to order it, then that's like super cool. And I'm very glad that you enjoy a song that much. However, it's not something that like I will necessarily enjoy listening to, so you know. Also long songs on small canvases. I'm sorry you haven't heard it yet. Uh-oh. You're making me worry, but it's fine. It's gonna be okay. And TBH, Juvie, you can order whatever songs you want on whatever sizes. You pay a lot of my bills. So, it's cool. I'll forgive you. Alright, let's get this. And plus, like, I'm aware that I really don't advertise my thought on that until I'm like working on it, so it's kind of my fault for not like setting a limit on it officially, because I don't want people to get mad at me, I guess. I don't know. Also, I don't know if this is something that you guys want to tell me, but if there's like any sort of videos you guys want me to do, please let me know, because I'm not running out of ideas yet, but soon. Alright, this is going to be Hot Hot Racing Car by GoTo. Oh yeah, this is fine. Alright, get through that ad. This is fun. Okay, no, this is fine. It's a lot, but it's fine. There's a lot going on already. Yeah, I'm not even mad about this, TBH. Not a problem. This is a lot, but I'm for it. Not necessarily like my type of thing, but I'm cool with it. One of these songs isn't like the others, by the way. Okay, we'll find out. Alright. Alright. I'm not mad about this. This is alright. This is fun. I'm having a good time. You're good. Those colors are so pretty. Alright, thanks. There's a lot going on because this is like fast and upbeat, but I'm cool with that. I just gotta, like, make my brush strokes real fast and hope that it reflects and does what I want. This is, oh, there's definitely a lot going on here, but I'm not against it. It's not something I would, like, listen to outside of an order, but it's not bad. Because Juvie sent me a message saying they're embarrassed about their songs. Like, you dork, I'm good with these. These are fine. Oh, my back is starting to hurt, which means I probably need to, like, call it quits on orders soon, but given that after this I've only got 3 more, I'll finish them out. But I know that when I start feeling like this, it's kind of time to stop being hunched over in this position. Because, you know, muscle spasms. I really love the one you did for Won't Fall Apart, which is another Eurobeat song that we bought a while back. I'm going to be real with you, I don't remember it, but I'm really glad that you like it because, like, you're always so good to me and I want you to really like the stuff you get because you're good to me. You're so easy to work for, which is the case for a lot of people, but, like, especially you. That, and, like, you and Barry and Ash are always very, like, I don't want to say, like, overly nice to me about things, but, like, you guys are very much more flexible and are very understanding of situations as they come up. Like, Ash had, I think, 3 orders while I was gone, and I was like, hey, I'm not gonna be able to get these out until I'm back home because I don't have the pin machine. And she was just like, yeah, okay, stuff happens. And I was like, I love you so much. Y'all are too good to me and very patient with me, which I appreciate. That also goes for Chelsea. Pretty much everyone from the D&D squad. Like, y'all are just very easy to work for and very nice, and I appreciate a lot because you're very understanding of when things come up. Because, of course, my life won't make things easy, so, you know. Alright, I gotta do another stretch. I'm sorry for those of you who hate the sounds of bones cracking, because my bones do nothing but crack. The Nerd Herd! Yes! Oh my god, that's exactly what you are. The Nerd Herd. I love it. Alright, and we're gonna get in that last little bit. Here we go. There. That's pretty. That was nice. I liked it. Like, it's not, I don't know. There's a lot of orders that, like, it's not something I'd listen to outside of work, but I'm cool with them. It didn't sound bad. And I'm sorry that, like, my phone keeps vibrating. I just didn't do that, so I could do it now. That's an easy thing for me to turn off. Whoops. Here we go. And there we go. Awesome. Alright, we got 3 more. I'm gonna pop back up and check battery just to make sure. Alright, 38%. We're still totally good. And I'm gonna see if I can turn that off for y'all. There we go. Perfect. Sorry about shaking it a little bit. Alright, and we're coming down. Stretching. Barry says, now I have all of Juvie's songs in my head. God damn it. Yeah, that's how things go. Alright, here we go. There we go, there we go. Alright. And let's get the tape down. The next one is Uprising by Sabaton, which does seem to be the odd one out, by the way, going by title. So I'm going to say that that's the one that's going to be a little different. I don't know that for sure, but you said one of them is going to be different. Also, I am going to need to refuel on the energy sweat soon because I'm real thirsty. Also, some stuff that's happened recently. like 200 new people followed the Facebook page, which is really, really cool, and I appreciate that a whole ton. And that is very nice of you. Thank you all so much. I'm glad that you are coming, and I don't know if any of you are on the stream, but if you are, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Energy sweats. OG, I need to follow the Facebook page. Ooh, yeah, do it. It's Snazzy Starlight, just like everything else. But yeah, it's very nice to have so many new people and so many folks who are coming in. I think it's because I share my work in one of the bad DIY groups. They do one day a week where they have you like put in your own actual like good stuff that you made. And I really, really like that. And everyone always makes such cool stuff, and everyone's always so kind to me. And I really appreciate that. They're a very nice group. I used to, like, a lot of what I did was, like, coming in from Facebook pages back in the good old days. And now it's a lot on Tumblr, but I don't know. It's mostly, like, just it's very different demographics on each of these platforms, which is kind of interesting, and I could probably go on a whole rant about how cool I think social media is for like advertising work and all that stuff. But I don't know. I think it's really cool that there's such different groups out there, and I used to do like so much of my work and like showing off paintings. I used to do it in like Facebook groups, and there were so many issues with a few of them that I ended up not doing that, but I'm glad I got back into them, or at least that I got back into a couple of them that are so nice to me. Uprising by Sabaton. All right, here we go. Aw, we're doing more German tunes. Do you speak German? Just out of curiosity, because you two nerds seem to get quite a few German songs. I don't like you don't need to. I know that pretty much everyone who does K-pop doesn't speak Korean, but something that was interested in hearing. Oh, I've heard this song. I know this one. Neat. The moment it started, I recognized it, so that's cool. I think I listened to this when I was like real edgy in 6th grade, you know, as 6th graders do. Woot woot, I followed the Facebook page. Awesome, thank you. No, but Barry does. Oh, that's cool. Awesome. I remember this. Yeah. Okay. I recognize this song. I don't know why. Like, this is so familiar, because I can't remember, like, specifically ever listening to it, but I swear it's just one of those songs that, like, I know it very innately. I don't know. I know I've heard it. I just have no memory of like seeking it out. I'm trying to learn Russian, but it's really hard. I'm very new to it. Yeah, I bet it's rough. Barry says, I'm fluent in German. I speak it Juvian German occasionally, and they pretend to understand me. What a mood. Like a lot of people I know speak multiple languages, but I don't. I've been meaning to go back into Duolingo with Spanish because I got overwhelmed with school, but now that I'm not doing that, I should probably like learn other things. So I might get back into that. I'd also really be interested in ASL, but I don't want to like try to do too many things at once. I don't know. I'd love to learn Arabic too, but that's definitely a really hard language. And my friends who speak it have warned me of this because I was going to take Arabic through school, but as my language requirement, but they told me that I should not. And I trust them very much, so I decided I'd just go with Spanish when it came time. But now that I'm transferring, I don't know that I'm even going to have foreign language requirements, which doesn't mean that I wouldn't take them. It's just like I'm going to have one more year to complete my associates. I don't know what I need, so I just need to take what's required of me instead of like the stuff that I think is cool, which I don't know. I don't know if I'm doing a bachelor's. Not to get like negative on you guys, but I really don't know what I'm doing with my life, which isn't a bad thing necessarily. It's just that I don't have like a big plan. Because it used to be that I was gonna graduate at U of M and get 4 years here, but that changed when I realized that I wasn't gonna get my financial aid this year. So, oh, We should be Duolingo friends. We should. I don't have the app, so I can't anymore, but when I find it, I will message you and let you know what my thing is on there because I don't remember my username. But yeah, totally. TBH college planning is tough. Yeah. And the thing is about having like big plans that I've learned, especially in the last year or so, is that 9 times out of 10, things are going to change so much for you from the time you make a plan to the time it comes to executing it. And it's just like, even just if it's just like your feelings on things change or your situation financially, it's just that things change a lot and there's no guarantee that you're going to be able to like follow through with any plan. So, I don't know. I think that really I'm just kind of going with whatever happens right now because I don't know, it is what it is. I mean, there's nothing I can do. Like, being angry about the fact that I can't continue at U of M isn't going to change the fact that I can't. So I just gotta like work around it and find a different solution. So, it is what it is for the most part, is how I feel. Because, what does being stressed out and angry about it do? Because not much. Like, I kind of like had my whole thing where I like was really upset for a few days when I realized, but it is what it is. At this point, I'm not too sad about it one way or another, but it should be fine. As of right now, I'm thinking I'm going to community college for an associate's, and then I'll see from there because I really don't know if I want to get a full degree. If this is all that I'm doing, why would I need like a bachelor's? Technically, I don't even need a degree for it. I just would like to have it as like a just in case situation. But I don't know. It is what it is. That's like my whole thing right now, apparently. But I don't know. I don't have specific plans. Also, this song turned out real nice. Thank you, Juvie. All right, and that's Uprising. There we go, that's good. And we have 2 more songs, one from Juvie and one from not Juvie. That's who everyone else is now, is just the not Juvie. Oh no, there's a situation. This dropped into the one painting, but I think we're good. It doesn't show up on the front, so we're okay. It's just that I'm sad. Like, we'll be fine with that. That's okay. Don't mind. It won't show up. It's just gonna be a little paint spot on the back, Juvie. Hope that's okay. And it didn't hurt the other painting, so we're all good. I'm glad you guys can't see this makeup look because it's a hilarious train wreck. Where did I go wrong? Send me photos. You know my Tumblr. But I totally understand because I don't know how makeup works at all. It's 100% me winging it and everyone around me who's good at it, like, being mildly concerned. Let's make sure that moves up so you guys can actually see it. Have you got into the bit in featuring Juvie's name inspiration? Oh, got to the bit in Fairy Tale with Juvie's name inspiration. I have not yet. I've been like kind of on pause from it because I don't actually have a reason. I'm realizing I just was watching other stuff for a minute. I'm very bad about like watching shows consistently, but I'm really close to the end of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, so I'm going to finish that and I'll probably get back into it. Why won't you blend eyeshadow? Just please me. It always confuses me when someone says Juvie without the voice. What voice says Juvie? Drip, drip, drop. I did my first full body paint cosplay this weekend, and makeup is hard. Oh, that sounds rough. I'm gonna just kind of just wreck any thoughts you had of me as a decent, respectable person, but it's okay because I'm taking Sarah down with me. We did Homestuck cosplay, so I understand your pain. I understand so much. Have I told the story of Sarah going to her first convention with me? Because that's a fun story and I like it. And if she's gonna tell the story about me throwing up because I was yelling too much, then I get to tell this story about the time that she barfed on my father. We were going, I want to say to, God, it's the one that was always in, it was at Grand Valley State University, and I want to say it was in Grand Rapids. Is that where that is? I can't recall. But it was, I don't know. Oh, it was JFAX. That's what it was called, the convention. It was pretty nice. It was really solid. I think they've since changed the location because it got large, and that's real cool. I haven't been to a convention in a few years, but that's all good. I don't know. I was Briska and she was Solix, and I will find photos of that and share them because, oh boy, they're a hot mess. But we did full body paint and it was rough. But it turns out that stuff, despite being hard to get off, we found a shortcut for how to take off the body paint. Warning for vomit. She was getting real nervous, and sometimes at that point, Sarah, when she would get stressed about like going to new places, because that was just like a thing that stressed her out, and it wasn't even like a conscious stress, it was just like a kind of subconscious stress, and she was going to a new place and she was being put in a situation she wasn't used to. And when she was stressed, she'd get car sick. And that she did. One sec, we gotta get boom boom scream. What's mad at it? Alright, let's get this. We got this. Domino and the Scream team. Scream. It's Boom Boom Scream. Alan None Mad Edit. Alright, so I'm just gonna write it down on your title as Boom Boom Scream. But we're in the car and we're just having a good time, right? Just doing what we're doing. We're excited. And then she was like, uh-oh. And I was like, what? And she was like, uh-oh. And she just started barfing all over. It was really good. She got some barf in my dad, and it was just wonderful. And I'm so proud. But it turns out, if you throw up onto your Snazaroo gray paint, it will erode it. It will completely just dissolve it. So that was really cool. And she redid her makeup and got out onto the side of the highway and was just having a bad time. And we redid makeup in the car, and it was all good, and it was fine. Until it wasn't, because it happened again. So we pulled over. And bear in mind, we're both in full Homestuck cosplay on the side of a highway. Imagine being the person who is driving past this scene. Imagine not knowing what Homestuck is. There's just these two children in gray paint with horns and wigs and weird outfits. And the one is throwing up all over. Imagine that's what you're witnessing. That's amazing. I am so glad we gave that gift to those people. They went home and told their families about that. It was real good. And then we got there and we fixed the makeup again. We didn't bother doing it a second time in the car because we didn't know if Sarah was going to have more issues. And it wasn't going to be worth like doing it again if it just came back off. So that was real fun. That was a whole adventure. The rest of the day was very nice. It was a weird situation with a girl that was into me, and she thought Sarah and I were doing things that we weren't doing, and she was very distressed, and it was a very weird situation. That was also the day the girl tried to kiss me in front of my dad, which I didn't feel comfortable with as a 16-year-old, 15-year-old, whatever I was. So that was real weird. Didn't love that. Shout out to my dad for going to these conventions with us, though. Real MVP of these stories. Juvie says, Barry told the story of me rescuing a businessman whilst getting out of Taco the Elf cosplay. Oh no. Whoopsies. We accidentally just paused the tunes. Where'd we go? Where are we at? There we go. Here we go. I have to go back because I don't know where we are. I accidentally just turned on a different song because I'm a dork who likes to hit things. There we go. All right. So yeah, that was really fun. It's real good. Oh, this is a story, says Barry. Uh-oh, I'm worried. I'm glad everyone else is telling stories. Stop making it all my job to tell them. This thing that I do for a living with the telling of the stories and the entertaining of the you. Put that on you guys. This is a fun song. I am, however, like kind of tipping into sensory overload from these, so I'm gonna have to take a break after this last one because I'm having a time right now. I can kind of feel that weird headache coming in. Barry says, so we park in the train station to go to our local con, which is why there's a ton of businessmen in that. I had to get really confused about your spelling of ton, and I remembered that you guys are like weird British dorks and you spell things wrong. That's fine. Appreciate it anyway. Ooh, there's so much happening in this song, Juvie. There's so much going on here. There's a lot. Here we go. So many things going on here. So, for the most part, I want to make a note. The reason that I'm not so into this kind of music for listening in general, like in my own time, is because it does have so much going on and it causes a bit of sensory overload if I go too long with it. So it's just why I've never super gotten into it outside of work. But it is really interesting to see how everything looks. Popping back in, Barry says, Juvie dressed as Taco. Good. They have a huge wizard hat, full face of makeup, tentacle t-shirt, rainbow dress, skin-tight leather trousers, and a thigh-high burgundy velvet boots. That sounds amazing. With 6-inch heels? Oh, good job, Juvie. Proud of you for balancing. That actually, I want to say I've seen a photo of your taco, because, I don't know, I want to say I've seen that, and I want to say it was good. Because, like, it's always good with taco stuff. And you're, like, pretty good at cosplay. Like, you're not, I don't know, like, I don't know, like, the standards for cosplay, but your stuff's real dang good. And I always like seeing it. So, there's my compliments to Juvie. Barry says, and this businessman, who I don't think was English, knocked on the window and said that he couldn't start his car. Uh-oh, that's not good. That's a me situation. All right. Song is all good. There we go. All right. And we have one more song to work on. Barry, you best tell your story quick. Sorry, I could cut down the number of them I order in one go if you like. Oh, no, you're totally good. Like, I'm fine, but you good. It's just why I don't usually listen to it, like, outside of work. Like, you're fine now. I've just been doing a lot of orders in one sitting to begin with, so it's not even 100% the type of the tunes. It's just that, like, I've been going for a minute. Because I usually take a break by now, but I haven't. Alright, and we're going to set this down. Where do we want to set that? Right there's fine. And Mary says, so Juvie had to get out and fix this dude's car in the snow in full taco cosplay. Me and my nephew are dying, and there's this dude looks like he teleported into an alternate timeline. You know what? That's like my dream, is Taco the Wizard fixing my car. But instead, it's just me and my stepdad being very distressed in the garage. Alright, we got 28% left, so that's good enough for the last song. Alright, and I'm gonna stretch, and this is Love for King and Country. And I'm gonna do a little stretch real quick. That is, like, my dream, though. I want to be, like, in a situation where I need help, and it's just Taco the Wizard there to save me. Okay, let's put that up a little bit more. It appears that my camera's slowly sliding, but, it is what it is. We'll fix it later, because, you know. That's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. Yes, this is beautiful. I'm so happy. You gave people a gift similar to Sarah throwing up her Homestuck situation. That's amazing. Imagine what that guy went home and told his family, though. I was at the train station, and my car was broke, and a wizard fixed it. That's gonna be a good situation. That's gonna be a good story for his family. Every time I do anything ridiculous, I just assume that someone's gonna at least have fun telling their friends about it. That's like my hope, at least, is like if I did this and it was stupid, at least someone had to enjoy it, right? Alright, and we will get this. Here we go. Alright. My neck is starting to cramp up, which kind of sucks, but we're fine. I can absolutely fly across the planet with my taco cosplay and prop your car with a spanner for you. Yes, do it, please. I need it. I need something like that in my life. Make me feel so much better. Alright, we have one more song. I know I say that stuff a lot, but it's more of a reminder to me as I talk myself through orders. This is Love for King Country. Alright, about 4 minutes in this. Here we go. Wipe that brush off. I'm gonna need to wash this whole situation right here soon. This little cat wizard. Julie, the cat wizard, it's you! Alright, I need to turn this up a little bit. Here we go. Here we go. This is really pretty. This is soft and nice, and I like it. Here we go. I like this. I like this. This is nice. I like this. This is good. Oh, I need to, like, put a heat pad on my neck, I think. Because I've just been working a little long here. I usually do more stretch breaks, like actual stretch breaks, as opposed to, like, quick little stretches. But, oh, I'm also, like, really sore because I've actually been, like, working out a bit. So, that's not great. But doesn't, like, help me being sore at all. Also, that pin machine is a workout. That thing you have to press so hard to make pins. Oh my god. I think that, like, I don't need to work out. I just need to make more pins. Sorry I'm so yawny on you guys. I'm trying to not be. I'm just very sleepy. Here we go. Alright. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, I wanna, like, have someone come in and just, like, twist my neck real good. Not, like, in a dying way, but in, like, a chiropractor way, you know? You know how there's a difference there? I probably should go to a chiropractor eventually, because I'm a little tender, and I definitely get, like, frequent muscle spasms, which is not great. Because, like, stress causes them, and so does, just overworking. But I also get really stressed when I'm not working, so, like, that's not a good combination. Judy says, if it's strong enough, put a pipe at the end of it and pull down the handle, and it'll make the stroke easier. No, I think it's just, like, I don't know. I need to get used to moving those parts of my body because it's just, like, a muscle situation. Like, I need to be stronger to do it. I just gotta, like, get more used to it and get into the swing of it. But I don't know. I think the bigger issue is packaging those things. I put them in cardstock so they'll look pretty, but I have stabbed right here under my nail so many times. Like, it hurts. Like, I haven't, like, made myself bleed or anything yet, but oof, it's tender. Alright, here's... This song is really nice. I like it. we go. I'm hoping that because there's so many new people who are like first time orders recently because there's been so many new people following the shop. I'm really hoping that these guys like their stuff because like I feel like first impressions are really important with stuff like this, and I'm really hoping that they like it. Akabel says, I think I say the makeup look, but it's still kind of like someone just threw powdered eyeshadow on my face, lol. You know what? That's called Kesha, so we're for it in this house. Let's just call it Kesha inspired, and it's on purpose then. Alright, that song is complete. Here we go. And we're gonna peel this off. I wish I got more Kesha orders, by the way. Hint, hint, wink, wink. I love Kesha so much. And no one ever orders Kesha songs. That's a huge bummer. God, yes, I am Kesha. Yes, good, perfect. Alright, we're gonna title this, and then I'm gonna go probably make lunch, actually. It's time for food. So I'm gonna do that. And that, love. Got a rice and veggie bowl with my name on it. It's just waiting for me. Alright, and set that down. Oof. I have a weird zit in my ear, so having those headphones in kind of made it a little tender. Alright, we're going to stand up. And I'm going to pop up here. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with me and chit-chatting and telling me your stories and listening to mine. I would very much like if I could do this more often. I hope I will. It's just been a weird 2 weeks for me. I will see you guys soon. I love you, and goodbye.